This is Melvin.
And this is Audrey.
Happy Mother's Day. Yes, we were asked to give a memorable moment or a moment that we could think of. And the one that I can think of is when my mom had spent the whole week talking to me about not going to the military. She said, she got that morning and she says, Melvin, you ain't going to the Navy, are you? I said, no, ma'am, I ain't going. And as soon as she left the house, I grabbed my little plastic bag and I headed down to the bus stop walking. And by the time I got to the bus stop, they go mom in the car, sitting there waiting on me. And I say that to say, even though she didn't want me to go, she allowed me to go because, and didn't try to really persuade me because she knew my mind was made up. But sometimes you just have to let your children make mistakes, and if they do make a mistake, it's okay. You know what I mean? You can learn from them. And I learned from it. I just thank God that I was allowed to make my choice, and it's just a memorable moment, and we just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day, and we just want to just thank God just for her being here. And again, we say Happy Mother's Day.
So, my best memory of being mom is when I was pregnant with Brittany, and I was at Abbott Northwestern all by myself. Nobody was there with me. Nobody. I was all alone. And when I saw her walk through the door, and she had rode the bus all that night, and she came straight to the hospital to be with me, that was the most amazing time for me. Because I didn't expect it, and she was there for me, and I really appreciated that. I always have and I always will. Love you so much. Take care of yourself, Mama. Be good to yourself. And always remember, we thank you so much for all of your sacrifices. Love you.
Hello there, Maddie Lane. I just wanted to let you know that I love you and want to wish you a happy Mother's Day. I can't really say that I have a fond childhood memory, and it's not because there wasn't special things that happened. It was because we were such bad kids until we were always doing something we knew we shouldn't have been doing. So you was always yelling at us, slapping us around or something. So, we got what we deserved because of just being who we were. But at the same time, I just want you to know that I know that you loved us. And there was one thing that I can truly say, a way that you showed that you loved us, was that if anyone came after any one of your children, we knew one thing, that if they were going to get to us, they had to go through you first. So for that reason, you demonstrated your love for us, and I just want you to know that I'll love you from this day until the end of my days. And I just want to thank you, and I'm glad God sent you to be my mother. Happy Mother's Day, and I love you.
I remember the time when we were all at Grandma's house for Christmas, and my aunt was there, and she kept telling me, "Oh, call 911, call 911." So I kept calling 911 till finally the operator said, "Okay, we're gonna come to the house." So I was scared, and I was waiting in the room all the way in the back, because I also was burning a little Barbie doll's hair, and it caught on fire. And then Grandma came back there, and she's like, the first time and the only time I've ever gotten spanked by her. But I love her. I always will love her. And I thank her for her encouraging words. Every time I've needed her, she's always been there for me. And I hope I'm there for her when she needs me. And I just love her. Happy Mother's Day. You're the best mother, grandmother, and person and human being. I love you always.
You, me, and my favorite little brother, Jap, went to the Memphis Zoo. It was a wonderful time. We had a great time there. But the thing that resonates with me is the conversations we've had over the last year. You would always say of Dad, he may not have been the best, but he was pretty good, which was one of his favorite sayings. And that made me consider, King David, a man after God's own heart. But he murdered a man and caused his family to fall into calamity. His son, Solomon, considered to be the wisest man on earth, but he transgressed God's law and married foreign women. So they were not defined by their shortcomings, but by the love, honor, and respect that they had for the God. So your soulmate, Mr. Willie Lane, did he not love, honor, and respect God? So when you say he may have not been the best, you're considering his shortcomings. But I tell you today, through the lens of God, he is a great man, husband and father, as you are a great woman, had 10 and raised 8, and taught them to love, honor, and respect God. That makes you a great woman through the lens of God. Now, your pessimism and your incessant gossiping is just a pretty small thing in comparison. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you.
Hey, y'all. I got to make it short and sweet, I guess, because the thing ran out on me a minute ago. Happy Mother's Day, Mother. Mama, I love you, and just glad that you're still among us and that we're able to call and talk to you and bless you and be blessed by you. Family, just wanted to say hey, because I ain't got a whole lot of time to go into that fond memory thing because this thing ain't going to let me just to record long enough. But our Ohio vacation, I'm sure Brenda and Lisa remember very well, as one of those few vacations we took all together. That turned out to be quite a trip. They know what I'm talking about, but we were just blessed to be able to have those times together, and I think back on it, it's just odd that we actually were able to take those kind of trips because it was kind of something that we never did. So I'm just glad to be able to honor my mother on Mother's Day and give her shower all the roses while she still is with us, and just love on her every opportunity we get. Love y'all and be blessed.
Well, so tomorrow's Mother's Day. And but think of my fondest memories with Mom, they always included kind of Dad, because we usually have like those vacations when they would be driving, and Dad would get lost. And one time we were coming back from Ohio, and Dad was just lost. I don't know why he wouldn't just use the map, but anyway, so Mom was like so upset, and she was like reading every sign, as he was riding through some city where we were lost at, and she said, "Right turn, must turn right." And we were so crazy, like me, Jap, and Brenda, we were just cracking up laughing. We just thought that was so funny because she was so upset or whatever. But as I get older, I recognized that she just didn't like being lost, and which makes sense. But I would have to say the best thing that my mom, not best thing maybe, but one great thing that she did for me is when I was going to school to get my bachelor's degree in education, she kept my kids for me. Pretty much she was their mother because I was going to school and working like 2 jobs. And at one time even working 3 jobs. And she never complained to me. She never said, these kids getting on my nerves, and which I know, how kids can be. But she was there for me. And if it were not for her and really filling in those gaps and picking my kids up from school and all that kind of stuff, she basically did it all. And she was still working then. I wouldn't have gotten a bachelor's degree. And so I thank God for that. I thank God for my mom. I thank you, Mom, for being a support and a strength to me in many situations. And that's, that's who she is. Thank you, Maddie Lane. I love you. God bless.
Good morning. I would like to wish the world's greatest mother, Maddie Mae, Stevenson Lane, a very, very happy Mother's Day. I'm so blessed and I'm grateful to have you in my life. And I wouldn't trade you for nothing in the world.
Hey, Grandma. Happy Mother's Day. Listen, when I went to church, after the choir sang, I went to the back pew and I went to sleep every Sunday. And when I turned 12 years old, I went back there to go to sleep. You came, tapped me on the bottom of my foot and said, "Get up, girl. It's you 12 years old. You got to serve now. Either you going to be an usher or you going to sing in the choir." And so you taught me the importance and the necessity of not just going to church, but serving in church. And as I got a little bit older, I decided that I can get over. And so I would play sick before church. And so I played sick before church one Sunday. And then later on, I felt better after church was over. I got to stay at home, and then I went and hung out and did what I wanted to do. And so the next time I pulled that stunt, I got ready to, I said I was sick, wasn't feeling good. Y'all can't have church. I ate my Popeyes. I got ready to dot the door, and you were like, "No, you're not feeling good. So if you don't go to church, you don't go nowhere on Sundays." And so needless to say, I didn't get sick again on Sundays. And so my fondest memories, I have many, but the one that I just really wanted to honor today was you take me to the house of God and teaching me the importance of serving and how Sundays are set aside for the Lord first. So I love you. Happy Mother's Day. I thank God for you.